Hello everyone, welcome back to Rise of the Titans. Miss is not here, just gonna start it off by saying that. Miss is not here right now. This is just an extra episode that I'm doing so that we can, get started on the Between Lands and things. I don't want to do, too much off camera, especially since this is technically quests, as you can see with the swamp raids there. Swamp raids are where we start with food and things, getting our compost bin, getting this stuff. So I didn't want to do too much off camera, especially since we're starting in the Between Lands. I did want to show some of the beginning progression. I felt the best way to do that is just to record another episode. So I'm doing a sort of extra episode. Yeah. So this is where we are starting. I'm trying to find the tree that I dug into already, but I might not be able to. White angler. Eesh. Jeez. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these black hat mushrooms. They are good for very, very beginning food. They're also really bad for beginning food, as they do give hunger effect, as you can see. So, only do that if you have a lot of them. They are a good start. So, same with the other mushrooms. The food here is not very good, just in general, to be honest. Like, there's almost nothing in the Between Lands that's good to eat, which makes the Between Lands very difficult to get around in, if I can be completely honest. It's not impossible, though. Also, I know that the episode is very dark. I do have my video settings, the brightness all the way up, even with Optifine. This is the Between Lands. It's just dark in general, unfortunately. Man, what tree did I dig into initially? I guess I'll just start here. I was going to go to that tree that we started at, but I can't find it, so I'm just going to dig into this one. So, let's go ahead and put that there. Actually, I do have weedwood sticks already. So let's start out with a weedwood axe. And just for the quest's sake, we'll get the pickaxe and the shovel. That should put off our weedwood tools quest. There you go. Here in the Between Lands, you'll have to make tools based on the rules of the Between Lands. You won't be able to make tools from materials here with your tool station. Luckily, you should have a means of discerning crafting recipes. Use that to note how to make the tools you'll need. There's our weedwood. We can also make a weedwood sword. Again, I'm mostly doing this so that Miss doesn't have to do too much at the beginning here. So, also, I don't think Tree Chopper even works on any of this, if I remember right. Also, it is very dark. It's not only is it dark because the brightness, but also hardcore darkness makes it way darker than it should be. So, a lot of this is due to hardcore darkness. So if you're looking at this going, man, it is so dark in there, I don't know that I'd ever want to do the Between Lands. That's actually just kind of a feature of this mod pack. So, alright. And I want to go ahead and make a weedwood chest while I'm here. Again, I know that it is really dark. I do apologize if it is very difficult to see anything. Unfortunately, I do not have a way of changing the resolution or anything of that sort. So, but now I can take this axe and we can run over to that sap tree that I found. Assuming I can remember where it was. Oh, right. I was still on the call with Mist. I completely forgot that, when she disconnects, it doesn't disconnect me. That's what that was. That was Discord being like, hey, you're in a call by yourself, so we're disconnecting you. Don't touch the nettle. That's what's been hurting me. Go ahead and grab just break up these weedwood bushes, though. Because they're really not that helpful. They just give you the, like, sticks and stuff. Where was that tree, anyway? Is that the sap tree over there? I don't actually know. I mean, there is a sap tree. God dang it, the stupid mud. I think that was the sap tree that I started on. Also, you want to stay in the water as little as possible. That's not the one that I was at, but it is... It's very close to the spirit tree. I'm a little concerned. Yep, nope. Nope, I'm not touching that tree. Goodbye. Nope. Oh, hi. That is a white. They are not friendly. That is a harlequin toad. They are passive, I think. I think they're passive mobs. Wait, stay out of that. So yeah, when the ancient mentioned the fact that, you know, it's, you know, a corrupt swampland, she's not kidding. Oh, I don't want to deal with you, white. Go away, please. There is no day and night cycle. So there's no way to just, like, sleep till night and, you know, deal with it that way. So, oh, frick. I was trying to pay attention to the white, and I shifted and broke the thing. There is a snail there. We can get some snail meat. So that'll be nice. This is just Tree Chopper taking its sweet time on breaking the tree. Because it's a big tree. So, this is not normal for Between Lands. This is very much this mod pack. I just want to emphasize that because some people that I've talked to have been like, you know, your mod pack was my first experience with Between Lands, and I didn't like it. And it's like, well, my mod pack is not a very good example of what Between Lands is supposed to be like. I'm definitely starting you on the Between Lands way too early. You know, you saw how much difficulty we were having with those druids. I think in Rot 2, I'm probably going to get rid of the scaling health mod. That is one of the big issues, is that with scaling health, the mobs get harder as you play. And unfortunately, one of the big issues with that is that it has the adverse effect of, and I was pretty sure I disabled these silkworm eggs, but okay. But it has the adverse effect of making things way harder than they should be, normally, honestly. Like, by the time you get to those druids, like, you should be fine in, like, the bronze gear and stuff. But because you're getting to them, and you've built up a lot of, like, difficulty over the, you know, the scaling health mod, it's become harder than it should be, so. And it's something that is not exactly easy for me to fix. I mean, you know, without just completely removing scaling health, I mean, so. I think we need a sulfur furnace next. We do? Oh yeah, weedwood bows. We definitely want to make those too. Here in the Between Lands, a bow from the overworld will not function well. However, you can make a bow here in the Between Lands out of weedwood. You'll also need special arrows from the Between Lands in this bow as well. These can be crafted or found in pots in many ruins. Also, we are going to need a compost bin at some point, but that requires thermite. The reeds you have collected can be turned into compost to grow food. To do so, you will need a compost bin. Which, I guess this quest should technically be further down because the thermite, but, oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Let's dig down, I guess. Now, one thing to keep in mind, food here in the Between Lands has a your character can basically get tired of eating the same thing over and over again. Is basically what it is. So you have to constantly be swapping like what you're eating in the Between Lands, which can get very, very annoying very, very fast. It is a feature that can be disabled in the mod itself, though. So if you don't like it, it is something that can be disabled. I won't even fault a person for disabling it in the mod pack, like just opening up the config, changing it. Even I might change it. I haven't, like, this has been the way it's always been up till now, but I'm kind of reaching this point in this mod pack, having played through it as many times as I have, where I'm kind of sitting here going, you know, there's just some things that I don't like. And as this is the 1.6, possibly just straight up 2.0, like, this is my chance to fix anything I don't like. So that might be something that I do, is fix some of the things I really don't like about the different mods. At least, you know, stuff that I can, stuff that I can fix anyway. There's a sulfur furnace. Now we can get sulfur. No. Maybe? Oh yeah, sulfur and bones. Deep underground you can find sulfur and bone ores. Mining the sulfur can power your furnace, and the bone ore can be used to get slimy bones, with which you can make even better weapons with. I know I haven't been reading the quest dialogue, but I've also had missed along, and I don't really want to, like, interrupt just to read the dialogues. It is a story-based mod pack, though, so I highly recommend reading the story and things like that. So, also I might want to, oh no wait, I was going to say I might want to make some stone tools, but then I remember that's not a thing. Also, no, even I can't see. If you can't see, I can't see. That's part of why I have hardcore darkness in the mod. Like, I think I've said this before. I think you've even said it here in, like, this exact, like, recording of this version. But I hate it when YouTubers are playing a mod pack and they're like, I can see just fine. And so they don't bother to, like, light things up. So I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm just going to disable that. You know, I'm just going to make it so that nobody can see. You know, even YouTubers can't see, you know, because I would like to be able to see when I'm watching. Ooh, creepy noises. Yeah, I would like to be able to see when I'm watching, especially if somebody's playing my mod pack. Like, I want to watch people play my mod pack. The only person I've ever seen do a video on my pack so far has been Second Job Gaming. But if you have done a YouTube series based off of Rise of the Titans, or this is your first time seeing Rise of the Titans and are like, hey, I'd like to do one, well, first off, it is available on CurseForge. You can download it to the Twitch launcher. And also, you know, feel free to let me know. I would love to come watch. Because I love watching people play through this. I love watching people's experiences, that kind of thing. I am not finding any bones. I might have to go make a new pickaxe pretty soon. Oh, we are way high up, actually. We're at 108. I've got to get down to like 90 or something like that just to start finding slimy bone ore. So, we've got a ways to go down. That's okay. There is only so much I can do about that. But yeah, to get the slimy bone ore, you have to get down into the caverns portion of the land, I think. Ooh, there's some Sermerite right there, which obviously we can't get yet, but Sermerite is kind of similar to the. I don't want to say it's similar to the iron of the Between Lands, but it kind of is. Like it's not, but it is, you know? Like the octane or whatever is the iron of the Between Lands. But Sermerite is kind of also the iron in that to make like armor and stuff, you have to do Sermerite. You can't just make octane armor. That's only for weapons. And you'll see that in the quests. There comes a point where it's like octane for armor, Sermerite, or Sermerite for armor, octane for weapons, you know. I don't want to get too far into the Between Lands, though. Part of what I want to do with this episode is I just want to get started with the Between Lands, and that probably will take us an entire episode. Just kind of opening up the space. Also, this is what the wiki itself recommends that you do. Just hollow out a weedwood tree. You could use the portal as it's actually bigger, but the problem with the portal is that you don't get the doors. So no real like way to block enemies from coming at you. I guess they do kind of teleport through the portal, but that's not generally advised, as they will teleport through the portal into the overworld. And if your portal is chunk loaded like ours is, then they will stay there, and as soon as you teleport out of the Between Lands, you will immediately be assaulted by them, because they will stay there if the area is chunk loaded. So now they won't if it's not. You know, it's just like regular mobs. They will despawn if they go into a chunk that's not loaded. But if you go into an area, if they go into a chunk that is loaded, they will stay there 100%. So almost done hollowing this out, though. Once we get some bone tools, it'll be a lot easier to mine stuff. So also, I think I have enough just straight up to make the dual sulfur furnace, which is also one of the quests. So, but yeah, I know. Like I said, I know Mist isn't here for the Between Lands right now. She will be here in the next episode. I just wanted to get things started, get the basics done. I had already mentioned that in the last episode. If you guys saw that episode where I was just like, yeah, I want to get started into the Between Lands, because just getting started is time consuming. More so than regular Minecraft, honestly. So, just because like Between Lands, honestly, is a really good example of how to do good Minecraft progression from start to finish. Like you can actually start in the Between Lands with this mod. There's an option for that. It will automatically start you in the Between Lands. There is a way to get out of the Between Lands. Like there are mobs here in the Between Lands that will drop the talisman pieces. Or maybe it's just straight up the talisman, I don't remember. But there's a way to get the talisman while you're here in the Between Lands. So if you wanted to do a reverse, like starting in the Between Lands and then leaving, that is possible. So it's not what I've done, but it is something that can be done. So, but the entire thing is entirely built around the idea of starting here, beginning your progression all over again from here with stuff from the Between Lands. That's why I told Mist, drop everything. I think technically Tinker's Construct stuff works in here. I haven't been able to figure out how to gate that yet. It's not supposed to. I put in the config that it's not supposed to. But that didn't seem to work. So, technically, I think it can be used. I would call it cheating personally, just because of that. But, I mean, it's part of the pack, It's one of those things, it's like, technically, as a creator, I would have an issue with somebody doing that. But also, as a player, like, if I was playing this game and I wasn't the creator of the pack, I absolutely would be that person that's like, hey, you know what? Let's do that, I found a cheat, I found a hack, I'm going to use that, something to cheese the system, something the Modpack maker didn't expect, and unfortunately that is the thing, it is something that can be done. As much as I may dislike the fact that it can be done, it is something that I think can be done. And I have not yet found any way of fixing it, so... I mean, it's one of those, like, I wouldn't play it that way, but, I am not you, So you play the mod pack how you want to play the mod pack, If that's how you want to play the mod pack, play it that way, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to be like, that's not the way the pack is designed to be played, and get upset because you're, playing it that way because you're doing something in game. It would be like me playing Doom and using the Skulltag engine or GZ Doom or something like that, and then like getting upset because somebody's not playing Doom the original way that it was designed. I'm talking, the original, 1993 Doom, not the 2016 version. Alright, that can go that way. Because that is some right. We are down in the caverns. So at any point now, these caves should open up into an even bigger area. I don't know when, but they should open up into a full-on, like, cavern at some point here. So... that said, once it does, there's going to be a lot of mobs that are down there. And they are not the nicest mobs. So, they really aren't. That said, there are a lot of things that can be done to cheese. For example, I noticed that Second Job Gaming, when they were playing... Sebastian and Ninotol, the two of them were playing, and while they were playing, they realized that they can get Supremium, and while you can't smelt Supremium ingots, you can smelt Supremium nuggets in the melter. So if you're willing to take the time to do that, you can, And now we're in just limestone. This is really not helpful. Okay, there's some Sermerite, which is not currently helpful. Should put these on my right click. And I know you're asking, like, well, why don't you move your armor to, your armor off of your cosmetic slot? You've got the wizard robes and things, because that's armor. And that's because that doesn't work. Like, armor that is not between lands armor does not work in the between lands. It just straight up does not work. It doesn't offer like any defense while you're in the between lands. And tools and weapons and things that are not between lands tools will be really, really slow to mine, attack, etc. It's like having mining fatigue, basically. But on steroids. Maybe not on steroids. It's probably just like having mining fatigue 3. But always, because you're using a non-between lands tool, so highly recommended. Don't do that. This is why I wanted to, do this separately. Because this is getting a little ridiculous. I should have found some slimy bone by now. I'm at 76. Like, I'm finding Sermerite and sulfur. I absolutely should have found the slimy bone by now. So, I might have to dig out a bit more. Unfortunately, again, there are no stone tools. In case you're wondering, like, well, why don't you just make stone tools? I mean, I think I mentioned it, but there are no stone tools. So I can't make stone tools. This is one I wish I had like an x-ray or something so I could see. I put that there. There is no day and night cycle, by the way, in the Between Lands. I think I said that. But there isn't. I think I said it, but I just want to kind of note that. Because it is dark. Like, it has gotten dark. You'll probably have noticed that, like, oh, it suddenly got dark, And it's not that it became night. It's that the rift has shifted. There is no day and night cycle. There's what is called a rift cycle. And when the rift is open, it is light. When the rift is closed, it is dark. Because the rift is grabbing from it's grabbing the ambient light from the overworld, bringing it into the Between Lands, etc. So that kind of thing. I'm just going to plant some of these swamp reeds. They're basically sugarcane. These swamp reeds are basically sugarcane. So I'm planting the swamp reeds. Actually, let's grab this between stone. Gonna make a little bridge over here so we can get back to the portal with these. And then I want to dig up all this mud. I don't care if I'm just replacing it with between stone. Like, the mud is a pain. Because mud is really hard to walk over. So, that said, you do want to try to leave plants. You will eventually get the ability to mine some of these plants. And once you do that, you'll be able to access like food and stuff like that easier. But we don't have that ability yet. Because we don't currently have any Sermerite shears. I can't make Sermerite shears until we get freaking Sermerite. And we can't get Sermerite till we get freaking slimy bone. There you go. Build in the immediate area here. Also, I don't think light level deters mobs. So keep that in mind as well. Like, don't... if you're playing Between Lands regular, lighting the area up might not be the most beneficial thing. It is right now, just because, you know, we're playing, you know, a modded version where it's hardcore darkness and things, but... Ooh, there it is. I found some slimy bone ore. Right here. Slimy bone ore. Sulfur and bones. And just like that, we now have some slimy bones. Alright, so we have 10 slimy bones. So let's go ahead and we'll make a bone pickaxe. Whoa. I don't know what's really bright over here. I have no idea what is like super bright. Oh, it's this firefly. That's what it is. I'm like, what in the world is so bright? It's this little firefly over here. Whoops. I didn't actually swap pickaxes. Alright, here we go. Octane for tools. Octane is a material that can be used to make tools and weapons. However, it cannot be used to make armor. You'll need Sermite for that. Sermite is something you can use to make armor, but it can't be worked into tools. For that, you'll need Octane. And of course, there is slimy bone sword, slimy bone tools. So I'm going to go ahead and grab up the Sermite that we've been passing. There we go, Sermite for armor. Yay, Sermite. 8 Sermite ore. I'm sure we'll find more Sermite and Octane and such soon. Just kind of got to keep enough slimy bones to make stuff. Oh hi. I almost missed out on that. But one thing that we can do, since Miss found those diamonds, and I'm assuming that she probably left them behind somewhere. Let me just put a torch right there. Light things up a little bit. But since Miss found those diamonds, and by the way, this is totally legit. Like, I am perfectly okay with you doing exactly what I'm about to show you if you're playing this mod pack. So, like, by all means, go right ahead. Let's go back to the overworld. Alright. Oh, frick. Remember how I said that, you know, mobs can teleport? And, you know, if you keep the area chunk loaded. Also, those guys are really good means of knocking out the bones. I just remembered that when I killed them and they dropped bones. They are actually a really good source of getting like the slimy bones and stuff. Oh, that's right. Mist came back. Oh, I hope that she left those diamonds. I was like, oh, that's right. Mist came back. I completely forgot that Mist had, you know, come back through the portal and everything. Let me grab my tools. Alright. So this is my overworld stuff. And I'll show you, if it works, I'll show you what happens when you're in the Between Lands. Let's see. Nope, that still works. Okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Tinker's Construct is broken in that regard. Well, anyway. So you're not supposed to be able to use these here. So, again, that is what I prefer. If you want to break the mod pack that way, I guess you can. But it is kind of breaking the mod pack in the way it's designed. But I mean, you know, it is what it is at the same time. So, I've got that cooked aubergine. Now that we are here, we have some good food again. Let me put these torches away. I can just grab all that when we're done here. Ore bag, tool bag. Ooh, a name tag. Neat. Where is the base? Let me mark this. Between Lands Portal. Not Boy Love Portal, Between Lands Portal. I had to make the joke just because BL. I did not know what that meant a long time ago. Now I do. And it's like, cool, I guess. Alright, name tag that. That can go in there. I'm going to end up dumping my aubergine, but that's fine. We'll just do that. Boop. I've got common runes, which I'm going to put back into my chest as soon as I do a claim all. Just so that I have all of the runes that we've been able to get so far. 29 common runes. Not bad. What can we get for common runes anyway? Common ability totems, speed, water breathing, haste, jump boost. Haste may not be a bad idea in the Between Lands. That might be something I might want to consider. It is 20 common runes. So, as for these, this is where I got Bone Mealer. Night Vision wouldn't be bad, especially since I'm recording. Oh, that's 10 uncommon runes. Don't have that. Never mind. I forgot that it was that much, like that expensive. So, alright, so we have diamonds. We have 3, so I'm going to grab 1. Put the diamond here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going to find... It looks like it would have been easier to go the other way instead, but oh well. The Inferium Infusion Crystal. There we go. So now with the Inferium Infusion Crystal, I can take some Inferium. I can go like that. And I can make Potentium. And again, this is, in my opinion, a totally legit strategy. Like, I have no problems with people doing this, so. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need 16 of this. And I'm about to make some seed. I'm going to make 2 seeds. So that. Oh wait, these are going to be... That's right. I forgot. Alright. And level 2 crafting seeds. Yay! And I left all of the Between Lands stuff in the Between Lands. Because of course I did. So let's drop my food off so that I don't lose it. This will give me a chance to take the torches with me, though, so that'll be nice. And alright, let's go in. Back to the Between Lands so that we can get our Sermerite and our slimy bones. I'm going to go ahead and mark this because I just realized I have not made the waypoint yet. Base. And then we're going to need 1, 2. Well, actually, we're only going to need 1. No, we're going to need 2. So this is the cool part about this. Dual sulfur furnace. Just like that. Aw, yeah. Making that thermite. We froze for a second, but we're good. Alright. While that's going, I'm going to take our crafting seeds like this and make some slimy bone seeds. And then as soon as we have enough thermite, I'm then going to do this and thermite seeds. Yay! And now whenever we find octane, we can make some octane seeds. But I'm okay with what we got. So let me drop off these sulfur torches. I meant to do that earlier and then forgot. By the way, regular torches and things don't technically work here. I think I allowed them to work just because of hardcore darkness. It can be really hard to find. It can be really hard to find sulfur initially. So I have allowed torches to work, but normally in the between lands it doesn't work. So it's something to consider if you are playing this on your own instead of in this mod pack. Boing! Alright, and with our bone mealer too, we can start growing some slimy bone and some thermite. I'm just going to go take a quick sleep in the bed and take a drink while I'm at it. Also, I put down these blossom just to grow some blossom, and mobs keep walking over them and blowing them up, which isn't a big deal. Like, we don't really need the blossom for anything, not this early on, anyway. But it is a useful tool, so like having the blossom is pretty useful. Before I go sitting here doing that for like 5 minutes, let's see if we can go find some octane. That way I can just get everything running. And I'm going to do this legitimately. With all my armor and my tools into here. I'm going to grab up my between land stuff, because like I said, I am going to do this legitimately, regardless of whether or not the between lands has properly disabled the Tinker's Construct stuff. It's supposed to, but it doesn't appear as though it has. I always get turned around in that portal. But yeah, now we don't really have to worry too much about the, the slimy bones and the thermite around here. Because we have that now. So let's go ahead and dig down a bit further, I guess. Ah, there's the caverns. I kind of wondered if that limestone was indicative of like an edge, of a cave. Turns out it was. Well, I don't know if indicative is the right word, but it basically is like, hey, there's if I keep going this way, I'm not going to find anything for a while, you know? So, because it's like, down here at 80 or whatever, 90, 100, whatever, it's like, you're in the caverns. It's like, okay, but the cavern should be much, like the, if I'm in the caverns, I should have found the caverns, you know? It's like, where are the caverns in these caves? I don't see the caverns. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of between stone while I'm here. That is a rift movement. That sound was the rift. Let's go see what it looks like up here. Oh, it's nice and light up because look, the rift is open. Also, yes, we do have Optifine. Pretty sure I mentioned that, but still. I just love this dimension though. Also, you can tell whether it's day and night when the rift is open, because that actually is what the overworld time currently is, right there. So that's a really cool part about the rift in the between lands, that you actually can tell whether or not it's day or night based off of the rift, you know, the way the rift looks. Of course, the rift has to be open in order for you to see it, but it is a thing you can do. And when the rift is open and it's night, it will be dark. Like, it will still be dark in the between lands. That's a white. I see the octane, but I also see the white. Like, that's the octane right there. There's even, well, there's 3 of them. It's probably 4 if I go over enough. Like, that's literally what I need right there. Is that octane? That's literally right there. I also need this cave moss, but that requires thermite. Though I suppose technically we have it now. Like, not even like just because of the seeds, but like I think we legitimately have enough to make thermite shears at this point. Because, I mean, you only need just the 2 thermite, and we should have, like, 4 or something. Because I put in, actually, we should have more than that. Because I put in 16. Really don't want to deal with that white that's down there. If that white comes at me, I am dead, unfortunately. I don't think I got any of that sulfur that I just dug. And I got some of it, but not the last couple. Is what I'm saying. Trying to kind of be watchful of this white. I know he's going to try to kill me as soon as I'm able to get down there. Like, he is able to get to that. So there's absolutely no question about whether he's going to attack me. Just the question is whether I can find a way to keep him from attacking me. Sunlight is literally right below me, though. Like, part of what I want to do is just kind of dig down to Like, down to the octane? If I can. So... No idea where I'm at anymore. Whoa, frick. So I need to come out. I think I'm alright, because I've gone in a lot. I think I need to come out now. I hate this place, by the way. It is, like, their whole goal with the Betweenlands was to make things creepy. And they succeeded on that. Absolutely. Like, there's no question. They succeeded on that goal. Okay, I think the white is gone. There are 3 sermons. There's 3 octane. Oh, frick. There are things in the Betweenlands that should never be seen. I'm exaggerating, of course, but still. There are things in these places that are really nasty. Like, this is a really creepy freaking mod. I love it. I hear the white. Ah! Oh, it's a 3... He's 3 blocks tall! He can't get to me! Oh, frick. Ha ha. He's suffocating in the wall. Yeah, get wrecked. That's what you get. There's more octane. He dead. Did he drop anything? Nope, he suffocated in the wall, so all of his drops went into the wall too. I knew he was gonna attack me. I was just waiting for it. And when they get about half health like that, they do a move where they, like they soul bind to you. And it's not fun. Because they hurt a lot when they're soul binding to you. They just sit there and continue to deal damage. You can attack back while they're soul bound. You know, like I was. If you keep hitting them like that, you can eventually knock them out of possession. Possession, I guess, is the right word. But they possess you, and if you keep hitting them like that, you can knock them out of that possession. But it's also really kind of dependent on the fact that it, you know, uses the 1.12 attacking system. Like, if you're not attacking properly, those things will kill you. Just straight up. It doesn't matter how good your armor is. It doesn't matter how strong you are, how much health you have. I could come in here with max health, which is, I think, 25 rows of heart containers. I currently have 1 plus an extra. But you can come in here with literally freaking 25 hearts of health containers, and those whites can still kill you, no problem. Not only because of the scaling health, but also just because they're hard. But they're also easy if you understand how to fight in 1.12. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's the hard part, is, doing the 1.9 combat and everything. But maybe I'm secretly good. I don't think so, but maybe I am. But I've just never really had any issues with the combat system. Like, they give you more than enough to tell you, like, when you can attack, when you can't attack. I'm even thinking about adding exhausted stamina into the mod pack, though, because it literally will prevent you from spam attacking. With exhausted stamina, if you try to swing when you don't have the, your stamina, your attack gauge isn't ready, it just won't work. But it's also nice because you can then sit there and just continue to spam, and it will only attack when you're actually able to. So it actually kind of makes spam attacking like a possible thing, just because you can sit there and keep clicking, and as soon as you can attack, it will attack. Lighting glitches. There's a lot of sulfur. I'm kind of looking for more thermite, but at the same time we have the stuff for it, so I'm not too concerned. So, Purifier. As you have undoubtedly noticed, even the tools and weapons from this world are subjective to decay. You'll need a purifier to keep the decay off of them and prevent them from being destroyed. So if you look, you'll see that it's good as new, 15 out of 255. Good as new, 24 out of 255. Slightly corroded, 48 out of 255. The more corroded your item is, the less damage it will deal. Or if, in the cases of like a pickaxe or something, the slower it will mine, or things like that. So, highly recommended to keep the corrosion off. And the way to do that, of course, is through the purifier. That was not the right way, actually. I thought that was the way back up. That was just where the octane got mined. Where did I... Here it is. Okay. Mark it with a double torch. I probably should make a less confusing path up, but it is what it is. This is so that we can't then fall off as we go there. Same with here. Technically, this, we can still fall off. Oh, no, wait, we can't, because only one block. I was going to say, because we have the step-up mod. But, no, never mind. I brought my cooked aubergine with me, didn't I? I think when you go back through, it will unrot. But if not, it's not too big of a deal. I mean, we have lots, so... Alright, so we have the octane now. Where did I put it? Here it is. So let me go ahead and grab those. 6 and 6, so not the best. But then we did 4 and 4 earlier for the Sermerite, so, I mean, it's not terrible. Or maybe it wasn't 4 and 4, maybe it was more than that. I don't think it was 8, but it is what it is. I'm going to make a Sermerite bucket, which is those, and some swamp reed. This is why swamp reed is important. Nope, it is not swamp reed. It is the reed rope. That's right. Boop, boop, boop. Sermerite bucket. Sermerite shears. It should both be quests. Nope, just the Sermerite shears are. Or if there is a Sermerite bucket quest, I don't have it available yet. Rain. So rain is really bad in the Betweenlands because it will flood the land. Actually, I don't need to go all the way down there, do I? Also, we can now start grabbing plants and stuff, because we have shears. Highly recommended getting some shears. I need moss right here. Have the moss. Alright, so slimy bone, a life crystal, and moss allows you to make the swamp talisman. But the main thing we need is the moss bed. I'm actually kind of surprised nothing has flooded yet, if I can be honest. Oh, hey, I can pick up the weedwood bushes now. I don't know that I need to. Kind of watching, because there's usually flooded lands by now. But so far nothing is actually flooded, which is very surprising to me. Oh, nope. This is the flooding right here. See how there's like water condensing around here? This is like the ground, it's like this is all flooding over here. Alright. So let us take some weedwood planks. And we'll make a moss bed. Now remember, there is no day and night cycle. There is no such thing as sleeping in a bed. But this lets you set your spawn point. So, moss bed. As you may have discovered, because of the way we brought you into this world, you have a sort of pseudo-immortality. When you die, you are able to return to life, but in a new body. On the overworld, a bed can reset your revival location. Within the Betweenlands, you cannot sleep, nor can you use a regular bed. However, a moss bed will allow you to change your revival location. I might change the dialogue there. Oh, Sermerite bucket. Okay, purifier. 3 octane ingots. How many octane ingots do I have? 12. I can do that. And then boop and boop. Alright, it is. Purifier. Alright, I think that's about as far as I want to get in quests without mist here. But that does get us started, which is better than nothing. It will let us, you know, get the basics going, you know, things like that. We are also over time at this point. In between episodes, I am going to make some octane seeds. But the main other thing that I want to do is not go down this quest line yet. We will need to go down, do the Valonite eventually. But I want to do the compost bin before we finish up. Since we already have the Sermerite seeds anyway, all of this is basically extra. Compost bin. So the compost bin allows us to put in like our swamp reeds. Like that. Close it. Somehow. It's not wanting to close. Alright. I'm smart. It's a left click. I knew that. But yes, that will let us get some compost. Oh my. Oh my. I forgot how realistic the thunder and stuff was in this mod. Oh my. I might have a very slight fear of loud noises and things because of the autism that I have. That may end up, you know, converting to, you know, hearing those noises and freaking the frick out. So, you know, there might be some, you know, internal freaking out that I'm doing right now because of the thunder. Nope, it didn't bring back my rotten food. I didn't. Oh well, that's fine. I was thinking that it did, but that might be a config that I have set to turned off right now. So, but anyway. With that, though, I do hope you've all enjoyed so far. If you have, feel free to subscribe. Check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. That way you can get caught up on it. That firefly just went through the portal. That way you can get caught up on any of the episodes that you might have missed. Because there are some out there. That you can get caught up on. So, and with that though, I will see you guys next time. See you later.